Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 2018 into 2019 reading list for myself. I kind of fell out of reading, so I really want to get back into doing that because it did help open my mind. It kept me focused. It gave me something to do instead of staying on my phone or playing games. It's a hobby I had that I loved doing, and recently I haven't been reading as much as I used to, so I wanted to kind of get back into that. So I thought this reading list would help me encourage myself and motivate myself into reading books I really do desperately want to read. So if you're wondering what my reading list is, and if you want to have some ideas of books you possibly could want to read, then keep on watching. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start with Stephen King, Dr. Sleep. My boyfriend Shane picked this up for me on his way back from Texas. I believe he got this at the airport, if I remember. I love Stephen King. I love his movies that he makes. He makes thrillers. They're mysterious, they're scary, they're just out of the ordinary, really, really crazy. So he picked this one up just because he thought that it looked cool. This book is about a guy who is dealing with demons basically in his life. Talks about his father and his family's problems with alcoholism and a lot of violence. And yeah, so this is book number 1. Book number 2 is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This is the first book in a 3-part series. It's Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After, pictured right here. Every YouTuber I watch that does book hauls and reading lists and their favorite contemporary mystery thriller fantasy, they all said that Anna and the French Kiss was their favorite out of the 3 books. So I picked up Anna and the French Kiss. Haven't been able to get to it yet because I stopped reading recently, but I'm definitely picking up reading. I am currently reading the book and I'm going to show you guys that book soon. But yeah, Anna and the French Kiss. It's a romance novel. It's a contemporary book. So yeah, definitely really excited about that one. Next is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. I do know so far from seeing not spoilers but hints about this book or whatever, that it's about a girl and her best friend. Her best friend ends up going missing. She just disappears. She's not technically missing. She just disappears and she doesn't know where she went. But her best friend ends up leaving behind this list of things that this girl needs to do. And this girl is shy, very shy. Her best friend is very outgoing. She's not scared of anything. She does whatever she feels. But Emily is the girl. Sloane is her best friend. Emily is very shy, and Emily has to go basically on this journey or adventure, doing the things on this list to find her best friend. So she will not find her until she completes this list and kind of steps out of her shell and opens up. So yeah, definitely interested in this one. This is book number 3. Next book is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I took the front, the cover off of this book because I really hate the covers. But I had this book. I actually got the collector's edition, so it has these graphics and pictures in the front and in the back of the book. I don't know why, since I took off the cover, because the cover sheet is different than the regular, just regular edition Fangirls. The regular Fangirl is a light green color. The Fangirl collector's edition was a hot pink, and it had a different color, a different picture. The title was styled differently. But yeah, definitely interested in this. I didn't read the summary of this book before I took the cover off of it, so I'm not sure what this book is about, but I have heard really, really good things about this book on YouTube, on Goodreads. So definitely interested in reading this. I've never read a Rainbow Rowell book. So a lot of people say she's a very good author. I've heard a lot about her Eleanor and Park book that she did. It's like a quirky romance pretty much. So yeah, definitely interested in reading this one. Next is The Rise and Fall of Aaron Hernandez, All-American Murder by James Patterson. This is just about the New England Patriots player, Aaron Hernandez, and you know, the crimes that he did. So I thought it was interesting. I really got this for my boyfriend because I wanted him to actually try to read like a chapter book instead of reading like comic books. But it didn't work out, so I actually am going to read this because I do love James Patterson, and I'm going to be getting into James Patterson and some other books that I have actually read of his. But yes, definitely interested in reading this. I don't know anything about Aaron Hernandez. I don't know what he did. It just says that he was on the New England Patriots NFL football team. So yeah, that's another book. Last book on my reading list is The Cellar by Natasha Pierston. I'm currently reading this book. A lot of my friends have already asked to borrow this book. This book is about this girl named Summer. She was kidnapped by this man they call Clover. He also kidnapped 3 other girls. Their names are Poppy, Lily, and Rose. He basically kidnaps these girls so he can have a family. He wants a family that will do what he tells them, that's pure, that's just everything he wants. I can't really say too much more without giving everything away, but it's very good so far. I'm on page 60, which is chapter 6. But yes, this book is very, very good so far. Have really not been able to put this down since I started reading it. My boyfriend just got this for me 2 days ago to try to kick me into reading again, and I'm really like excited that he got this book because I've been dying to read it. So yeah, that's the last book on my reading list that actually I am currently reading, and it's actually definitely encouraging me to read more and more and more. So that's it for the books that I'm wanting to read during 2018 and between 2019. So right now I'm going to talk just real quickly on these 4 books by James Patterson. James Patterson, so far since I've been reading, is my favorite author. I love any book that he comes out with. I have not read all of his books because he has a lot of books. But first book I want to talk about, this is the first book that I've ever actually read from James Patterson. It's Invisible by James Patterson and David Ellis. This book was amazing. It has the biggest and craziest plot twist in this book ever. I was not expecting it at all. I read this book probably about 5-6 years ago. I still remember it to this day. It's about this girl, Emma. There's a lot of weird fires going on, like in houses and apartments that end up killing people. And there's like no evidence. They think that they're just accidents and it just happened. But she doesn't believe that. Something actually happened to someone that she knew. Might be a friend, might be a family member. I'm not going to give that away. But she decided to take it into her own hands and find out what was going on. Definitely recommend picking this book up if you want to try to get into James Patterson. It's not really that long, and with James Patterson, he writes his chapters very short. So he has a ton of chapters in his book, but with his writing, his chapters are very, very short, as I'm repeating. So like this is chapter 1, and then you go literally 2 pages, chapter 2. You go a few more pages, chapter 3, 2 pages. Chapter 4 already, and chapter 5. So they're really short. A lot of his books do have, 2 or 3 pages until you reach the next chapter. So as you're reading books that he writes, it feels like you're reading a lot because you're just going through chapters and chapters and chapters super fast. So it encourages you to keep reading because you're like, I'm really getting through this thing. I should just keep going. So definitely recommend Invisible. Last thing I'm going to talk about is the Confession series. I'm missing book number 1. I have 2, 3, and 4. This series was my favorite. The first one I read actually in school. I picked up from the library just because I wanted to try a James Patterson series. I ended up liking that book very much, so I picked up the rest of the series, the next 3 books. This series is very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. It's really just about Tandy Angel, her family, what happened to her parents. It keeps going. She gets a boyfriend. She ends up having to move with her with her brother to Paris eventually. You'll have to read the books to find out why she had to go to Paris, and if it was for a good reason or a bad reason, if it helped her or if it like kind of was a disadvantage to her. But it's a very good series. I definitely recommend picking that series up if you love series, if you think that you would like James Patterson and his writing. But yeah, that's all for my 2018 to 2019 reading list. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I did over my weekend. Sunday, I actually went to my sister-in-law, Mackenzie, and my brother-in-law, Dirk. Well, it's Dirk Jr., but we call him Deej. I went to their dinner reveal. It was like amazing. I've never been to a gender reveal before. I really, really liked it. It was fun. I felt like it was a girl but thought it was a boy. So it actually was a boy, and I asked them if I could put it on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to try my best to insert a clip of the gender reveal. It was amazing. I cried. Everyone was laughing and smiling. I'll probably end off on just the gender reveal video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, like this video, comment down below. Don't forget to hit that bell so you know when I post another video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a good day.